So we have our second Bruce's People coming on segment right here. So let's cue up the theme song. Bruce's People right here at Glory Days Radio. Sammy the Blade. We had Connie calling in from Pennsylvania earlier. And now we have Brian and Kate. That's my people, the boss has said. So, Brian and Kate, how are you two?
We're doing great. Thank you.
Thank you for calling in. And I know that this may be a little nerve-wracking, but just remember, you got to hug the boss, Kate. So, this is nothing compared to that.
What do you say about that?
She's speechless. She's speechless. So you two went to the show. What city were you in when you saw him?
We went to the Boston show last Thursday, February 4th. Kate's been asking for about 5 years now. She's 10 years old. Uh-huh. She's been asking to go to a Bruce show. And, she was too young, a few years ago. We said, finally this year when he announced the tour, I said to my wife, I'm going to try to get 3 GAs. Mm-hmm. And if we can get GA tickets, we'll take her. And it was a school night and all, but she was a trooper, and it worked out just great.
So did she end up going to school the next day, or did she get to stay home?
She stayed home because we had a snow day. We had school canceled the next morning, so it worked out perfectly for everybody.
So you got the boss and then a snow day. In like 12 hours.
It's a double win, right?
I think it's a double win, absolutely. So how many times have you seen him, Brian?
Oh, God, I'm one of those people that have seen him. I would have to say between 30 and 40 times. I can't pinpoint it, but we've seen him. My wife and I have seen him that many times. It's been crazy. That's
incredible. Is there a tour that you've liked best out of it, or is it just seeing him as it's automatically the best one?
Every time's great, but 2 tours stand out to me. 1999, when they reunited, I had promised my wife a few years earlier that I didn't think the band was getting back together, and I said, if they get back together, I'll take you to Jersey. Didn't think I'd have to fulfill that promise, but they did, and we ended up going to a Saturday night show down there. We ended up in the 6th row, and sure enough, when the band came out, the anticipation was so great, and she burst into tears, and it was an epic show. It was awesome. It was the best show ever. And I would have to say in 2007, just before Danny stopped touring with them, we saw them. We ended up in the front row in the pit for that show, and it was pretty cool. It was I believe it was in November of 2007, and that was a pretty amazing show on the Magic Tour.
So how many times have you sat in the pit? Has it been all the times you've gone down there, or is that's the place to be?
We've missed the pit once, I want to say once out of 5 times. And this, we were pretty confident. We weren't cocky, but we were pretty confident this time. We met some friends before the show Thursday, and we went real early. We got Kate out of school at noon. We went down for 2 o'clock for the wristbands, and we got number 21, 22, and 23. And I was feeling pretty confident. And our friends ended up coming a few hours later, and they got in the 300s. And sure enough, they pulled number 279. So we missed the pit. And, of course, Kate was disappointed, but we said, don't worry, it's going to be great anyway. We'll be real close, and, the rest is history,
Yeah.
So, but my friend and my couple of friends ended up in the front row, so that was pretty cool for them.
No way.
Yeah. So
that's pretty cool. So how does the pit exactly work? Because I've never sat down there before, and I got my first general admission ticket for Bruce for the last show out here in Los Angeles.
Awesome. That's great. So the way it works is they usually start handing out wristbands at an assigned time. It's usually 2 o'clock. You show up, and you can show up anytime between 2 and, say, 4:30 or 5 o'clock.
So is it better to get there like
they're all sequentially numbered. You go back at 5 o'clock. They get everyone in line in order. They pull a number at random, and that person goes in first, and everyone behind them, I want to say 200, 250, I think it varies show to show, get to go into the pit behind that person. So we knew when they pulled 279 that we weren't getting in because they handed out, I think, 750 wristbands.
Wow.
So that's how it works, and it's the luck of the draw. You either get in the front or you don't, So either way, you're on the floor. That's the way I look at it, and it's a bonus because we're there. So it's very cool.
That's incredible. So you you show up, you said about 2 o'clock. What time should I be showing up there for that third show then? Like at noon or 1, or does it not really matter?
I don't think it matters. I think that just set aside the afternoon. Take the afternoon off. I think the show's right in L.A., right? So you won't have to travel too far to get to the show. Have a good time. Go in there, get your wristband whenever. Hang out, have fun. You'll meet a whole bunch of different Bruce fans from all over the world, really. And just go with it. It's great. And if you luck out, you get up front like Connie did. I listened to her; she was great. Or you end up in the back like we did. And either way, it's a party. It's a lot of fun. And if you luck out, you'll get right up close and. He may high five you or smile at you or whatever. So
well, if he high fives me, I'm never washing that hand again. I tell you that. I'm 29 years old and I still will never wash that hand.
That's funny.
So is Kate up to talk a little bit about her hug with Bruce and singing with Bruce?
I think she might.
Yeah?
I think she might. She's making a face, but I think she'll be fine.
So, Kate, are you there? Can you hear me?
Yes.
So, how excited were you when Bruce came by you and saw your sign and gave you that hug?
Really excited.
Really excited? Did you have you told everybody you know about this?
Some people.
Some people?
Yeah.
Did you tell your friends at school?
No.
No?
They had another snow day today. We had a storm today, so
Oh.
she hasn't even been back in school yet.
Oh, no.
First.
I think you need to have your dad tell your teacher that they need to schedule a show and tell for one of your classes, and you could tell everybody about this.
That sounds like a good idea, right, Kate?
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
you could bring those, tell everybody and show everybody the pictures that that your friends out there took of you and Bruce giving you that hug and kiss.
Yeah.
I think that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, that was cool. We had a whole bunch of people running up to us shortly after it happened. People giving us, high fives and hugs and give me your number. I give them my number, and they were texting me pictures and videos. And there's a really awesome video that a woman sent my wife the next day. And I just want to say my wife was with us too, so I'm going to give her some credit.
Oh, okay.
There. And we took turns. So my wife Elaine took turns with me. I think we switched off 2 songs each, where Kate was on my back. I had Kate on my shoulders, which was great. And then security came over and said we can't do that because she can fall. And I said, oh no, I'm in for a long night.
Mm-hmm.
So kudos to my wife for helping out with that too. But this woman gave my wife a great video, and we've got that, and we've got a couple of pictures. I think you've seen both the pictures of.
They were
of her
fantastic.
looking at Bruce. It's just it's surreal. It's crazy. I don't know if anything like that will ever happen again. But yeah, show and tell would be. It would be hard to trump that one in school, I think.
Oh, I think by far that would be the best thing that anybody would bring. I mean,
right, I think so.
Because
unless she brings him into school, but I don't think that'll ever happen.
You never know. He seems like a pretty generous dude.
Yeah, right.
He seems like a pretty cool guy. Maybe Stevie will come along with him.
Oh, that would be really cool, right, Kate?
Yeah.
So, Kate, do you have a favorite Bruce song?
Yeah.
What is it?
Racing in the Streets. Racing
in the Streets? Why do you like that one so much?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I tell you, Sammy, when I tell you that we come home from work or school and we put on E Street Radio or we throw on albums, ever since she was little, I think the Seeger Sessions, she was a year old when that came out. We played that incessantly, so she really grew up on his music. And Racing in the Street, I think, was one of my 5 songs when I was the boss, and she just loves that tune, yeah.
Do you guys like the one that came out on The Promise better, or the one that came out on the actual Darkness album?
The one, I like both of them, but I think Kate you just like the original one on Darkness, right? I think that's the one she likes. Yeah, she likes that one.
They're all I mean, both of them are great too, but the original one is a really cool track just because it's the original. And I like the other one just because the pianos in the beginning sounds really cool. So
cool. And Kate's taking piano lessons now. And the original song on Darkness, Darkness is the album I grew up on, really, how I was introduced to Bruce. So when I play Racing in the Street, I just love that piano at the end. I just crank it way up, and I can imagine one day Kate will be able to play that for me, I think. Would you play that for me if you could learn that?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So, Kate, if you could learn that whenever you're ready, I want you to come on here and you'll play it for us on air. How about that?
Okay.
Okay? I want to hear the
There's a
Racing in the
smile.
Street. I want to see you play. I want to hear you play that.
Okay.
Okay? So, who's your favorite member in the band, Kate, besides Bruce? Do you like Stevie?
Stevie.
You like Stevie? I like Stevie too. He's my favorite. He's my favorite. Steven Van Zandt, right?
Yeah.
Little Stevie. So we had Brian and Kate here. They're from just outside of Massachusetts, or inside Massachusetts, not outside of Massachusetts. He said just outside of Boston, right?
Yeah, we're about 30 miles west of Boston, right, in a little town called Shrewsbury. Yep.
So you know what?
We could have gone to Hartford. Hartford's we're about halfway between Boston and Hartford, but we always choose Boston because it's just I don't know. We were so used. My wife and I are so used to going there, and it's a great venue. If you ever get out here, Sammy, to the East Coast, definitely try to do Boston. It's always a party, and the set list was amazing, and it's always a good time, and we'll go in the pit with you. So
I got a bunch of family back there, so next time I'm back there and in the New England area, I'll let you guys know, and
you bet.
we could talk.
Awesome.
We could talk about Bruce stories. How about that?
Cool, and that'll be Kate's second Springsteen show, so maybe you'll be along for that one. That would be great.
That would be awesome. And
yeah.
you guys said it was snowing back there?
Yeah, we had a mammoth storm offshore that dumped maybe, 5 or 6 inches on us now, but they canceled school this morning before it even snowed a flake. So it's just weird how they do that here, but we're so used to it now. It's that time of year.
Well, can I make you and Kate jealous right now? Do you mind? Do you mind, Kate? I'm wearing shorts and a T-shirt right now, and it was 88 degrees out here today.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's really great. So I know my wife is listening, so she knows I want to move to a warmer climate. So did you hear that, Elaine? It's 88 degrees in California.
It is.
I'm about to go outside and snow blow again. So
unseasonably warm. I don't understand why it's this hot out here right now, but it's very strange to be in shorts in February. I tell you that. We're gonna play a song right now. I'll talk to you guys off air. How about "Ain't Got You" off of Tunnel of Love?
Sounds great.
Sounds great. All right, Kate, Brian, hang on there. Thanks for calling in and being part of Bruce's People. We appreciate it. And hang tight, and I'm going to play this song right now. And we'll be right back with more Glory Days Radio.
Diamonds and gold.
Thanks, Danny.
I got all the bonds, baby, that the bank could hold. Well, I got houses across the country, honey, hand to hand and